With the COVID pandemic and all this time in quarantine, it's no surprise that we all have a lot of time on our hands to sit in our room and game all day. And the only way to make gaming better than it already is with the ultimate headset. Today I picked out 5 gaming headsets perfect for your 2020 gaming year. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that these headsets were released in 2020, I just think that these are some of the best headsets out to this day. Now, some of them are a little pricey, but that's what you're going to have to spend for a high quality mic and sound system. But trust me guys, it is worth the money, especially in the long run. Now don't get me wrong, there are a couple great affordable options as well though, so make sure you stick around for the entire video to get a glimpse of that. All the links to these headsets are in the description, so if you want to get them, make sure you check them out. Also, at 150 sales, I will offer one random person 2 headsets from this list that they can choose from, and I will send it to them for free. And all you have to do to be qualified is to like the video and subscribe, and comment on the headset that you chose. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first headset we're going to look at is the SteelSeries Arctis Pro. Now this is the wireless version, not the wired one with game DAC, and as the name suggests, it is part of the critically acclaimed SteelSeries, and has a hefty price tag of around $330 US and 420 Canadian dollars. So that is pretty expensive. Now before you start freaking out about the price and close the video, I will let you know that this is the most expensive headset on this list. And its price is backed up by its design, performance, and incredible features. Now a little overview of this headset. It does have its own screen with a dedicated transmitter for all of your adjusting sources, audio mixing, and EQ setting without even you having to touch your PC or console. You can connect it to any of your device via Bluetooth, which includes PS4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC, phone as well of course, and it also comes with 2 batteries, so you never have to worry about charging it. Alright, so for these reviews, we're going to be starting off with the design, which for this headset just speaks for itself. Right off the bat, you're going to notice the sleek black matte color of the Arctis Pro. It's super simple, you can tell it's not very crowded, which sort of, in my opinion, is what makes it so elegant. The mic is also retractable, so you don't even have to feel embarrassed about wearing these in public if you just want to listen to some music. The ear pads on these headphones are extremely soft and comfortable. They have full functionality and flexibility, so if you want, you can even turn them about 180 degrees. There's an elastic strap that runs along the length of the headband, providing adjustable suspension that lifts the headset off the scalp. So this is what lets it fit comfortably over even large heads for fairly long periods of time. I myself have a pretty big head and I experienced no problems at all, so definitely credits to SteelSeries on the design here. Both ear cup covers can easily be removed as they are connected via magnets. On the right ear cup you have nothing too special, just the battery compartment and Bluetooth and power button. Now the left side is the one with all the goods, featuring most of the controls and connectors. This includes a microphone mute button, a clickable multi-purpose volume wheel, a connector for the included headset cable, a 3.5mm pass-through to let other users hear the audio going through the headset, and a micro USB port for charging. Now the last thing we're going to get into is the performance of the Arctis Pro, including its mic and sound system. Now the mic quality on this headset is widely regarded as one of the best in the gaming industry. I mean, your voice is going to sound very crisp and clear, with plenty of detail and low mid resonance. There's no hissing or background noise when recording, and even with a noisy PC or console, it might pick up on a bit of that, but it's nothing substantial. The headset also offers the listener plenty of bass, and despite being made primarily for gaming, it provides a great musical experience as well, which isn't the case with other gaming headsets. Finally, as for the gaming performance on this headset, it is absolutely unreal. Like the Arctis Pro plus Game DAC, it simulates surround sound, which is basically what makes you feel like you are actually in the game. This is because of its powerful 40mm stereo drivers, which generate a bigger audio sounding field with its processing and mixing. I found playing Modern Warfare and Fortnite that footsteps and direction are very clear in comparison to cheaper headsets. All in all, the Arctis Pro Wireless definitely enhances your gaming experience. So some final thoughts on the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Wireless. I would definitely say it is a great investment, especially for passionate gamers and those who are in it for the long run. I don't know if I would get this headset as my first headset, just because, people who just start out are pretty casual with gaming and don't care about their audio quality and mic quality too much. So definitely tune in for some of the other headsets in this video. But I still think this is a great investment, and even though it has a high price tag, it can easily be justified by its excellent mic and audio quality, comfort, connection options, and battery life. So check out the links in the description if you do want to get them. And let's move on to the next one. So the second headset we're going to look at is the HyperX Cloud Alpha. This is a fairly popular headset among the gaming community, and for good reason. From its outstanding audio and mic quality to its staggering price of $100 US and $150 Canadian, there's not much to complain about with the Cloud Alpha. You also got a number of celebrities like NBA superstars Gordon Hayward and De'Aaron Fox using this exact headset, so that's how you know that it's the real deal. The HyperX is also suitable for all platforms including PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. So getting into the design, the first time that I actually used this headset was at my friend's house, and something I immediately noticed was just how comfortable it was. From the nicely padded ear cups to the adjustable headband, this headset is good to last in the long run while still providing that high caliber of audio found in more sophisticated devices. One of the best things about the Cloud Alpha is despite the affordable price, it's extremely durable and practically indestructible. It also has a detachable mic, so if by some miracle you damage either the mic or the headset, you don't even have to get the whole thing again. You can just get the part that you damaged replaced instead. As I mentioned earlier, the Cloud Alpha has an adjustable headband, which you can play around with to your liking. It can fit heads of all sizes really comfortably and can create a great seal against your head as well, which is important for many different reasons. You need a strong seal to prevent your headset from sliding on or off your head if you move a bit, especially if you're someone who sweats quite a bit. So that's it for the design. Now we're going to move on to the performance and mic. And for a $100 headset, this is definitely the ultimate package for just that. Sound quality and noise cancellation is incredible, and it really immerses you into the game and makes you forget about the outside world. You'll also find that sound won't be leaking out of the Cloud Alpha as it does with most other cheaper headsets. So you can literally play with the volume cranked all the way up, and you won't have to worry about disturbing anyone else. Listening to the audio on these headphones, you'll find that everything is extremely clear and every detail can be heard. The bass and the mids aren't crazy either, but I find that most people don't even like that anyways. I myself prefer the more mellow low notes, but of course it's all just personal preference. If you do want a more bass-oriented headset, then you should check out the Arctis Pro or some of the other headsets that I'll review in this video. As for the mic, I found zero problems. My voice was super crisp and clear on voice chat, but when I did some research, I did find that some people sounded a little different on other platforms like Discord. Now, this is something super minor that won't even affect the vast majority of people, but I just thought that I should mention it. All in all, this is a great headset, almost like an essential to have. Not only is it extremely cheap, but it offers the majority of high-end features that you would expect a professional headset to have. It might not be as sophisticated as the Arctis Pro, but then again, that is also a lot more expensive. If you're just a casual gamer looking for an affordable headset to last you in the long run but still give you a great gaming experience, then the HyperX Cloud Alpha is definitely the way to go. Check out the links in the description if you do want to order this. I would greatly appreciate it. Now we're going to move on to the third headset. So now we're going to look at another headset from the SteelSeries, the Arctis 7. Now this, along with the Arctis Pro, is widely considered to be the best headsets that SteelSeries has ever produced. And the good news is, the Arctis 7 is way cheaper than the Pro and also has some incredible aspects to offer. Now, the headset, as you can see, is wireless and works like a charm on the PC and PS4. It does not utilize Bluetooth connection, but rather a 2.4 GHz wireless RF USB dongle, which is why for Xbox One and Nintendo Switch users, things are a little more tricky in terms of functionality, and you'd have to plug in your 3.5mm audio jack for it to work, which still isn't a big deal. It also comes with a software engine that you can use to customize its sounds to your liking. The battery life isn't the best for those who game for long hours at a time, but it does last for up to 15 hours without being charged. I didn't really test this because I don't game for too long, but with some additional research I actually found that this is an understatement and can be stretched for longer hours of time. The starting price for this headset is a whopping $150 US and around $216 Canadian, so like I said, a lot better than the Pro and definitely worth looking at. Getting into the design, this device does not look like your average gaming headset, so they definitely don't stand out as much in public. It is nearly identical in terms of looks with the Arctis Pro. Both have that sleek matte black or white, depending on the color you get, texture on the panels, as well as a sturdy aluminum frame and adjustable headband. I did find, even after making enough adjustments for it to sit tight on my head, that with some movement the headset does jostle a bit, so it definitely is meant for sitting in one area and just staying there. The pads are also made out of this material called airweave fabric, which sort of sits between leather and velour in my opinion. You can wear this headset for long periods of time without the pads getting hot, unlike the leather options, which is another thing that this has in common with the Arctis Pro. The left ear cup houses the mic mute button, volume dial, 3.5mm audio jack, micro USB port, 4 pin ports, and the retractable mic. The right ear cup has the power button and a dial for switching between the game and chat audio channels. Performance-wise, there's not much more to be said, as the specs are very similar to the Arctis Pro, and I don't want to sound like a broken record. The Arctis 7 has great audio output across all frequencies. You can hear the bass boost to a certain extent, although I wouldn't say it's as prominent as it is with a lot of other headsets. And it also simulates surround sound as well, just like the Pro, making it a lot easier to hear footsteps in games like Fortnite and Overwatch. Music on this is also pretty good, but I will say the experience would have been a lot better if more emphasis was placed on the highs and the mids. Some songs I found these frequencies were sort of getting lost within the lower notes. Now, I say all this because I did additional research on its performance, but you'll only notice these minor details if you're somebody who pays very close attention. I honestly loved the quality of the sound right from the start and had no problems. And once again, the mic quality is phenomenal, and if I were to sum it up, the Arctis 7 is literally just a cheaper version of the Arctis Pro. When it comes down to it, the Pro does have more connectivity options because it uses Bluetooth instead of the dongle. The mic and the audio quality along with the battery life is also better, but that's what you're going to expect from a headset that's also $200 more expensive. Ultimately, if you don't care about Bluetooth or battery life and you're not super nitpicky with audio quality, then definitely get the Arctis 7 over the Arctis Pro. It'll save you a lot of money and give you basically the same benefits. If you're interested, once again, the links are in the description below, so please check them out. And now we're going to move on to the fourth headset. The next headset we're going to look at is the Corsair Virtuoso RGB SE Wireless. Coming in at $200, this device has one of the best mics and designs I've ever seen. I've always been a fan of Corsair products because of their iconic black and white aesthetic with such simple designs, and this obviously translates right into the Virtuoso. Overall, the sound is great with the exception of a few details, and the connectivity is also good in the case of PC and PS4. For Xbox One and Nintendo Switch, you would need a 3.5mm audio jack, just like with the SteelSeries Arctis 7. So still not too big of a deal. And even though I found these amazing, I did hear some complaints on the internet about how the quality is only good at certain frequencies. So I'll be sure to address that in the video. As for the design of the headset, overall the Virtuoso is pretty big. You have large silver aluminum on the ear cups. The padding on the ear cups themselves is a really nice foam that provides a lot of comfort to the ears. The headband is also padded in a similar manner to ensure maximum comfort on the head. I think for the more wide and round-headed people out there, this would be a delight, and with a few adjustments, those with smaller heads can wear the headset nicely as well. On the left ear cup, you have the charging port, a 3.5mm audio port, and a detachable flexible mic with the mute button on it. And there are also LED lights near the mouthpiece that indicate whether or not the mic is muted. So if it's green, the mic is not muted, and red, it is muted. Over the right ear cup, you get a volume wheel and a wired/wireless operation button. Now this button acts as the power button to this device. You must make sure before you go to sleep that it is in wired mode. The Virtuoso does not shut down on its own, and if you forget to switch it from wireless to wired, then you might wake up to a dead headset. I personally don't mind using the wired mode, so as a precaution, I just keep it that way. So getting into the performance and mic, As I mentioned in the beginning, the Virtuoso has an excellent mic even compared to most other high-end gaming headsets. The sound quality is extremely crisp and clear, so absolutely no complaints there. Like the other headsets that I've mentioned on this list, the Virtuoso does not boost the bass to a crazy degree, which again, I have no problem with, but it might be a problem for people who are music heavy with these headphones because the bass does sound super quiet in the songs. The Virtuoso also does highlight vocals and treble, which essentially are pretty high notes. So when you listen to music, you might find that the singing is overpowering pretty much everything else in the song. Now, this shouldn't be too big a deal since most of you listen to music on your phones, and the newest phones being released aren't even compatible with this headset since they don't have the 3.5mm audio jack. As for how the audio is affected for game performance, you might find the output appears a bit brassy and not as high-end as you would expect from a headset of this stature. However, this only applies to notes in the higher frequencies, but just something to keep in mind. Despite all of this, it also means that story mode games that are dialogue-centered with incredible soundtracks will actually sound very vibrant and rich, which is a great thing. The last thing that I want to mention is that the Virtuoso comes with the Corsair utility engine software for PC users. This can allow you to customize your sound settings exactly the way that you want to make your experience that much better. Now, I wouldn't be reviewing this headset if I didn't think it deserved to be on this list, but it does. There's a lot more right than wrong. And the design, mic quality, and comfort it brings to the table is really hard to deny. For its $200 price, however, I can see why some people are skeptical and would hope that it had more. Overall, it is a great headset and I would recommend it to anybody. Once again, if any of you are interested, please check out the description for the links to this headset down below. And now we're going to move on to the final headset. I told you guys that this would be a cheap one, a nice affordable one, and that it is. So thank you for sticking around this long. Let's get to it. Now, I wanted to save this headset for another potential video that takes a detailed look at some affordable headsets, but I figured why not? Let's just throw the Razer Kraken X into the mix too. This headset is by far the cheapest on this list, coming in at a mere $50. Now, a headset at this price obviously isn't going to be as high-end as some of the others that I reviewed, but it still has so much to offer. It is also compatible with all platforms including PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Now, I realize that a lot of people don't have or are not willing to spend $100 plus on a headset and maybe just want something simple that they can use to communicate with their friends and still get great audio at the same time. So there you have it. Here's my review on the Kraken X. The design of this $50 headset is one of the best parts of the Kraken X, especially when you compare it to other Razer headsets. This thing is as sleek looking as it gets. It has these sphere-like structures on the ear cups that just add a different aesthetic for me that I haven't really seen before in other headsets. In the middle of both ear cups, you obviously have the Razer logo. Now, the headband is nicely padded for your comfort, and the whole device is very light and can stay on your head for long periods of time without you getting tired or uncomfortable, unlike other Razer headsets which are pretty big and bulky. The mic is not obnoxiously thick like most other headsets at a similar price. Rather, it's nice and thin and it fits the look of the Kraken X. Unfortunately, it is not retractable or removable, but it is pretty flexible so you can move it up and down with ease. Now on the left ear cup you have all the features, which isn't much, including a mic mute button and volume dial. So nothing too crazy, just simple and straightforward there. The Kraken X, performance-wise, is similar to the Corsair in the sense that it highlights the treble and vocals while leaving out the bass. I wouldn't expect anything too monumental with its music performance, but games do sound great on this $50 headset. Purchasing the Kraken X also gives you access to Razer's sound software, which you can use to enable your surround sound. Once again, this effect will really immerse you into the game's surroundings and make you feel as though you're actually there, which is pretty cool and useful. The mic is very clear, but it does come with a bit of feedback and background noise. So, if you're like me and you have a noisy house with kids running around screaming, then definitely expect that to go through the mic. But for standard gaming purposes with just friends on multiplayer platforms, this mic is more than good enough and can certainly get the job done. I wouldn't record music on it or anything like that though. Ultimately, the Razer Kraken X is a solid headset for $50, featuring great in-game audio quality, a comfortable fit, and very pleasing design. If you're just starting out and are on a budget, this is definitely worth looking into. And if you guys want, I can do a video that goes more in depth on other headsets of similar price and compare which ones are worth buying. For now, I do think the Kraken stands above them all and can hold its own against higher end headsets. If you're interested, check out the links in the description below. Alright guys, so that is the list. Remember, it's in no particular order. I did not rank these headphones from 1 to 5. That was just the order that I reviewed them in. So there's no particular ranking system involved here. Thank you guys for watching. This was my first video, so let me know how I did and what other content you want me to explore. I got some ideas, but it wouldn't hurt to hear other opinions. Also, if you feel that I left something out or didn't get something right, feel free to leave that in the comments. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned a giveaway at 150 sales, so here it is. You have the choice between the HyperX Cloud Alpha and the SteelSeries Arctis 7. So comment which one you guys want. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time on Realist Reviews.